that. You're not going to do that. But people are on these medications. It doesn't make sense. That really does. If you understand you're an ecosystem like what we are, it doesn't make sense to do that. Because what are you doing? You're just hiding something. It's always going to be there. You're hiding it. You have to alkalize the diet, remove all the inflammation so the body's ability to heal itself can be restored on an internal basis. Sometimes it may take a long time depending on someone's gut. Everyone's gut's different. Some might have a little bit of an issue. Some might have a lot. Depends. Okay, so this one actually worked good. That's nice. So these are all the different symptoms. Again, I went over, this is a little bit more detail of different symptoms that you can have from just having not necessarily leaky gut, but just yucky gut. All right, too many bad bugs in your gut. Mental fog, sugar cravings, weight gain. You know, you ever hear people that say, "Oh, I just gain weight no matter what I do." They could have issues where they have the imbalance in their gut with good bugs and bad bugs. You gotta have a little bit, but they could have a big imbalance. You know, again, depression. We talked about that again. Nail fungi, yeast infections, because again, their hormones are off. A lot of issues. Lactose intolerant, which we weren't really made as humans to drink milk anyway, cow's milk anyway. We really weren't. So that creates a lot of allergies, doesn't it? People have a lot of issues with milk. Here we are.
If yeast infection goes systemic through the blood, then it affects the gut too.
Well, it could affect everything at that point. I mean, you're just gonna, they're gonna just detox your period, right? You need a detox your period, but yeah, they're gonna give you. I mean, you're gonna need something. I mean, if it gets to the blood, that's when it becomes really serious, and you might need, you gotta go to the doctor, the medical doc at that point. Yeah, it can affect everything. Go through your entire bloodstream and affect a lot of things. Absolutely. You don't want that though. Usually that gets taken care of. So this is leaky glycopolysaccharide in nutshell. That's the powerful inflammatory that we are alluding to. I was that when I was going in there, and that's what causes you to just have gut issues and all these other issues. Penetrates the blood-brain barrier. I didn't bore you on this. And then linked to beta amyloid. And that's what I want to touch on. So when they check for people who have Parkinson's and Alzheimer's, they actually test higher with lipopolysaccharides, and so that's where you have the connection, and that's what causes the beta amyloid, which is the plaquing in the hippocampus of the brain. 3 times higher. It's a lot, and over a long period of time that happens, right? It's not overnight; it's over a long period of time. Let's see here. So just to recap on all that, again, gut inflammation brings systemic inflammation. That means all the organs, parts of your body can have issues. Systemic, everywhere, your whole system. Higher inflammation levels are linked to depression, all right? And so, again, in the study, women, first of all, 25% of women in America, ages 40 to 60, are on serotonin reuptake inhibitors, depression meds. It's a huge study. You don't know that. That's 1 in 4. 10% are non-Hispanic just in America are on that. When you break it all down, male and female, that's huge. You think there's a market out there for depression meds?
They're on TV advertising that stuff all day long.
Unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah, crazy.
And so all that does, that just turns off your serotonin levels, okay? Turns it off, turns it off, turns it off, turns it off. We have stuff in our body, hormones that make that, right? We have all our chemicals in our brain. What's going to happen if somebody pull that away from somebody? You're depressed even more.
Right.
Not correcting anything.
So it always comes back to where as healthy as our spine is. So if we have adjustments, a lot of this makes a difference too.
Adjusting your spine will reduce, first of all, reduce the stress in your body, right? And that's where we tie in chiropractic, the entire body. Reduce the stress in the body so all those organs can function better. That's why there's different studies with blood pressure and all different kinds of things that can cause other issues. So yeah, it's a cumulative effect, but after you're absolutely right, that's why we get adjusted. Our immune system can function better, so to decrease our stress levels. We've been over that. It causes stress in our bodies. Adjust you, that calms down the entire nervous system, and that's why it works. That's why people get adjusted. You're absolutely right. This last one though, over 2 times higher in depressed people LPS levels. So again, in depressed people and people with ALS, there's 3 times higher people with like ALS and Parkinson's. LPS levels. And so that's when you know you have leaky gut. And this is why you take probiotics and you eat greens and you eat kales and all the good stuff that you love, seaweed and pine bark, right?
Yeah, but what about, I mean, when I was looking at that wastewater treatment plant, I was eating, the doctor told me, my doctor, family doctor, said eat yogurt every day.
Yeah, you can. It does
I mean,
probiotics.
is there enough good bugs in that?
Yeah, but the thing is that you're eating dairy, and that's okay. I mean, you can do that if your body handles that, but a lot of people's body don't necessarily handle that. So yeah, you can eat it, and there's actually real good, powerful yogurt. I mean, but absolutely, that's a probiotic.
Stony, yeah, I try to, you know.
Yeah, you eat what you want. That's a good thing. There's other food that's a probiotic that you're not gonna like, right?
Oh, well, like
But just
I
like
ate
anything.
2 apples and a banana today. I do that every day, and besides.
And what fruits don't you like? Coconut, right? Do you like coconuts?
I'm not-
Some people,
well,
some
no,
people don't like it, right? It
I'm
might be
not
good.
into- I'll eat it, but I'm not into it.
You're not gonna order every day, right? So the best success you have is eating an apple and banana, right? For your health.
So that's enough during the day.
I mean, it's better than anything else, right?
Better than drinking 6 beers and having 6 donuts.
Yeah. I mean, you have to do baby steps, and it's the end. You have to do baby steps first of all, because in order for you to succeed, you can't just go 180 because you'll quit. Right? I always revert back to like running. Some people love to run and some people don't, right? I don't like to run, but I know that I need to do some sort of cardio for my cardiovascular, and so my heart functions better, and so that I function better. What do? I run sprints instead. I'll run sprints and then I'll walk. I'll run sprints and then I'll walk. So I'll do cardio, but I'm not going to run a long distance because I don't like running long distance. That gives me the best opportunity to succeed. If someone told me that I had to run miles, I would hate it. Just like you, if someone told you you had to eat some fruit that you don't like, you're not going to have success doing it, so you're not going to do it. You have to find something little and build off that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
To be succeeding, that's really anything in life. So 2 types of bacteria that make up 90% of the gut. The other one's called like actinoids, but bacteroids and firmicutes. So they make up 90% of the bad bugs in our gut. Okay. Not necessarily the name's not really that important, but this will tie into why people have issues. Okay. Bacteroids.
A lot of that on food though is caused because you're eating non-organic. And non-organic's giving you all these extra sprays and all the things that you don't need. And your body's trying to work through that. And it keeps saying, what are you doing to me? But it can't overcome it.
You're right. Yeah. Non-organic or just cruddy food, period. Right? I mean, even if you're eating, I'd rather have someone eat vegetables that were, non-organic, eating vegetables versus eating, again, I like to go back to donuts and hoes and things like that. But, so bacteroids, these are one of them, that they actually help with your short chain fatty acids, which actually are good for your system because they help with flushing your system out, they help your vitamins work, help everything work. So you need these. All right, these are one of the non-digestible fibers which break down food. So non-digested fibers goes through us, but it goes through us because they have the good gut that we need. So we need that. All right. So that's bacteroids. All right, not the firmicutes. Diets high in non-digestible fiber promote the growth of bacteroids. So these are one of the ones that you actually need, and that's why you're supposed to eat like kale and greens and things like that, because you get these from fiber. That all make sense? This one here is the one that's not so good. This is the one you really don't want. You need a little, but so let me break this one down. So gut bugs that are able to extract calories from food passed on to you in the form of calories and allows more calories from the same food. Okay. For example, let's say Ron and I'll use you for example. We're the same weight, and we're both like 180 pounds, right?
Eesh, I need to lose about 30.
And his gut has way too many firmicutes in it, and he's way off. He has a big imbalance. My gut doesn't. Right? Let's say my gut is balanced. I have a lot of good bacteria. Everything going how I should be. We eat the same meal. He's going to absorb more calories because he has an imbalance in his body, these firmicutes, versus what I would do. So that might be someone who says, I can't lose weight, I can't lose weight, I can't lose weight. And they probably have an imbalance, which the only way to restore that is to go back and start eating prebiotics and probiotics, which we'll allude to in a little bit. But that's why that happens. Does that make sense? So you have one of them that you need to have, but you need to have a balance of both. The problem is if people have a big balance, 90% less for the bacteroids, and then 20% more of these firmicutes, which is what happens with someone who becomes obese a lot of times and has to gain weight. Good question.
Yeah, what's the ratio then you're saying for, to eat during the day for fruit, vegetables and different things? What do you consider as so much a ratio of one or the other so you have a balance?
You know, that's hard to say because it depends on person to person, but I will say this, if you go look at like a normal, like, you know, what they tell you to eat nowadays here, I mean, it's way less than what you can have. Okay, you're never gonna OD on fiber, right? You can eat all kinds of fruit and grains, but you're not gonna OD on fiber. Oh, you have too much fiber. Who do you know has too much fiber? Really nobody, right? Because they just tell you need to have, you know, 25 grams a day or something along those lines. Really, you can have 50 to 75 and be fine because you need all that for your gut. And so that's going to depend really on person to person because you might have a lot more issues than I do. What if I've been doing something my whole life and I don't necessarily need that, and you might need up that, or vice versa. Does that make sense?
That's because I'm younger than you.
Because you're younger than me, but that doesn't necessarily mean there's people that have, look again, autism is one of those things people get at a young age because they could have issues with their gut. And so, but yeah, and vice versa. I could have, you know, just some kind of issue and it bugs me all the time, which, you know, maybe because I eat too much fiber, whatever the case may be. But, so this one here is pretty interesting. So having more bacteroids versus firmicutes is what you really want to have. A lot of people have the opposite. They have too many firmicutes. Less calories absorbed, more energy for your small intestine, gut fatigue. People that get tired all the time. Again, that's another thing that they can have. They can have too many, or an imbalance of these firmicutes. The ones that they don't need, the bad ones that they don't need, they could have an imbalance of those. So it'd be like having a weight scale and you need to have 25 pounds on each side and maybe you have, you know, 50 here and, you know, 5 here. Be way off balance. That's the issue people have. And that's what obese people have. They end up having too much of the firmicutes.
So does that still...
20% more and nearly 90% fewer bacteroids. So your gut's never going to digest because you're always absorbing more calories because you have an imbalance. And that's the thing. You have to clean that out with diet, with food, probiotics, and then prebiotics. And we'll touch on that at the end, what that says, okay? Moving on here, folks. Moving on. I know you guys have a exciting night ahead here, right? Obesity is a disease of inflammation. Degenerative brain is also inflammatory diseases, which this is just recapping everything that we've already talked about. So basically, the bigger belly means a smaller hippocampus, right? Because it causes it to shrink, causes damage, plaquing, and causes it to shrink, which is why people lose their memory, forget their emotions. Bottom line is, and if you're challenged with the weight, we all are. Everybody has an obesity gene, but someone may not eat. You know, instead of eating regular pasta, you can eat gluten-free pasta, or maybe spaghetti squash. Actually, spaghetti squash is pretty good. Well, you can do that because you know you have a gene. Some other people don't have that. Again, so you can have 2 people the same age, and one person's 100 pounds heavier. Because what? They let their obesity gene express, or the other person maybe didn't, because they maybe they exercise. Maybe they don't have an imbalance in their gut because maybe they do eat a little bit healthier. Does that make sense? So you can have the exact same person but expressing it differently because of that. Skip lunch once in a while. I put that on there, but you can skip lunch once in a while. Okay, it's okay to
Fast?
not eat. Yeah, you can fast or just skip a meal and let yourself detox a little bit. It's okay. This just really touches on what good bacteria are. The good news is that everything here, for the most part, obviously we have them, but you go to any store right now, if you ever get probiotics, they're going to have all this already. They got to be able to reproduce, they have to be embedded in your microbiota, they have to be alive when you take them, and they have to be able to surpass gastric juices. You know, anytime you go get something at like a real store, like the ones that we have, they're going to have that issue. You don't really ever have that issue. What happens is a lot of times they are supposed to be in cold, and maybe they weren't, and so that can cause an issue because they can be destroyed because of that. Those types of things. But for the most part, you know, you're fine as long as you'll get a probiotic around here that's going to have what you need. Well, depending on what it is. But does that make sense?
Right. We're best to go to health food stores anyways. Regular supermarkets don't give you what that says healthy, eat this, healthy or natural.
Yeah, I don't get vitamins from
You can have natural poison.
Things like that. You can have natural. I don't get my, like, I go to like a real like a natural pharmacy to get stuff. Well, we order the good ones here.
Or like A Market.
Yeah, Amart,
That's
absolutely.
where I shop, right. But anyways,
Yeah, so this is a list of, again, some of those good bacteria that are in your gut. I'm sure you've heard of these. You know, fermented dairy, again, we don't actually, weren't really supposed to have dairy, but, it is what it is, what helps break that down. You need this stuff to break down food, in a nutshell. It helps digest your food, break down your food, and so it goes through your system nice and easy instead of causing issues. That's why you take these. In a nutshell, that's what it is. It's so you digest your food, because we don't have these, food doesn't break down. I mean, someone could, think about that. You don't think that someone that had a gut issue can break down their food, they got suckered into getting their gallbladder taken out? Can't digest fats, oh no, here we go, Yeah.
in your class here, you're telling everybody this, but unless someone's actually been around health food, they don't know what fermented vegetables are, like kimchi, they don't know what the different things are there, which is the dairy, and...
Yeah, so the Planetarium and brevis are the fermented dairies, lactobacillus, and then the Bifidobacterium lacti is a fermented dairy, and then Acidophilus is also going to be fermented dairy. And then this one is actually the one that is in our GI tract when we're born, which most of the ones that are out there, like that you get, are going to be, these are already in there, but they're going to be these. So if you don't eat dairy ever, you don't necessarily have to, take ones if you're not, you don't need to break it down, right? So you don't have to take that. Someone else would be better off doing just the brevis or the Levitarium if you don't eat cheese or milk. Because if you're not ever eating it, there's no sense to, right? But if you do, like a lot of us do, like I like cheese, and so I'm going to go that route. Because you need, even when you do eat, kimchi and food, you got to eat a lot. And so this just helps kickstart that because it throws billions of them in your gut. It sounds like a lot, but really when you're talking, because we have so many in our gut, it's not that many. Okay, so it allows it to thrive. So making a healthy gut. So you got to take tons of stuff, right? Not necessarily. We already have stuff in our gut. The problem is that we destroy it with what we eat. Because, like I said, that's what causes you to have leaky gut. You destroy it because you're never eating it or necessarily replenishing it, right? And so if someone never eats vegetables, ever, they never eat any fruit, how do you think their gut is? How do you think it's going to digest? You're going to have a lot of issues. You're going to have a lot of inflammation in the gut because you're never replenishing it. So again, it's not always what you do, it's what you don't do, okay? That's what I like to touch on because you can, these are just some of the things that you have. We eat too much sugar. Kombucha does have sugar, by the way. We're going to have you taste that at the end of the night. It's like 2 grams of sugar for 16 ounces, so it's not a lot, but it is a little bit, which, compared to like Mountain Dew, it's like 75 grams. It's crazy, so it's minute. Obviously, antibiotics are the thing that's going to kill your gut, right? Not only does it destroy the bad bacteria, what does it destroy?
The good stuff.
It destroys this lactic bacillus that we were just alluding to and all those ones. It destroys everything, so your gut has this big net, doesn't know what to do. And then you throw some stuff in there, and who's going to get sick? Who's going to get sick? The person that doesn't have anything to fight it off. Chlorinated water, just tap water. Really the best water to drink, honestly, is distilled. But because you have any garbage in tap water too. Gluten and processed grains, I know they're good, I get that. I eat some in moderation myself, but you want to try to stay away from it as much as you can. Because why? Too much of a good thing is a bad thing. Let's talk prebiotics. Sometimes people get confused, like, what are prebiotics? All right, so a lot of times people haven't, somebody didn't even heard of it. But people think it is spelled incorrectly from probiotics. That's not the case, all right? What prebiotics are in a nutshell is, think of them, first of all, they're carbs for your good bacteria. So think of it like your good bacteria needs it, and it needs it to flourish, it needs it to thrive. So if you eat prebiotics, it is more like a fertilizer for grass. Grass is going to grow when we throw that fertilizer on it and you water it, grows more. So think of prebiotics as something to kickstart it. Or think of like someone who wants to work out, they give steroids. Boom, 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 they're off, right? So that's what that is. So I have not had the gum there or the chicory root, but hey, I love asparagus, I love garlic. You know, I love onions and artichokes. I'll eat artichokes. I don't eat them all the time, but those are easy things that you can start to kickstart your gut.
Can I copy those?
Absolutely.
Raw chicken? I never had that. Is it bad? How does it taste like?
I've never had that one. That's what I said. I've never tasted that. I
You
probably
mentioned pine pitch.
pine bark.
I'm always
Seaweed
cooking
and pine bark?
seaweed stew with frog legs.
He always gives his crap. Seaweed and pine bark.
I'm just giving you.
It's hilarious.
I didn't mean it. Don't throw me out.
No, it's awesome. I love it. It makes
I
me
just
laugh
had to
every
say. I
time.
had to say that.
Oh, seaweed.
Kind of funny.
It's real funny.
I've
Isn't
been
it?
watching Channel 2 quite a bit. There's a lot of doctors that come on and, you know, talking about this stuff, you know. But
Yeah.
being live with you, shit, this is, you know,
Something different, huh?
This is
Yeah, it
very
helps.
interesting, but I couldn't answer.
pay attention.
Yeah.
A lot of it I can't have yet.
Yeah. Did you get finished?
Yeah, talking about this, it said, I was reading something that if you have like 2 cloves of garlic, it was, I can't remember, it was a doctor that I had an article. If you have 2 cloves of garlic and onion every day, especially during the winter, you won't have a cold.
Right.
Yes, because colds can't thrive where? They can thrive in acidic environments, but they can't thrive in alkaline environments. So when you do that, it's antimicrobial, antibacterial, and you're alkalizing yourself because you are, well, A, throwing in prebiotics, right, for your gut, but it does all that, so it's good. So I eat all the time. I love those things. Onions and garlic, onions and garlic, onions and garlic. Not good for the breath.
Yeah, I know.
Right?
You do it, and then you tell all your friends to stay downwind
Yeah, I'm
for
not
the
good.
winter.
Right, exactly, right. I'm not going to go try to get a date either right after that, you know. But, you know. So we have mouthwash for and gum, right?
Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. So, all right. So yeah, food sources of good bacteria. You named it. Yogurt's the #1 on there. Kefir, kombucha, which I have some to try to see if you like it. Okay. Sauerkraut. See, I'm not going to go there. I do not like sauerkraut. That is some of you guys like that. That's great. When I gave me headaches when I was little, when I was a kid growing up, Mom loves it to this day. She put it on a Polish sausage. I can't eat it. But I will eat pickled eggs. I love pickled eggs. I love eggs. I love fermented meats and fish. I'll eat a lot of it. I just won't go that route.
My husband used to make the kimchi.
Yeah. That counts. Yeah. So it depends on what you like, but this is just an idea, right? So keep doing the yogurt. You don't like sauerkraut, you're with me.
I don't
And
like,
so,
Really?
yeah, I wish I did because it's great. It's
I used to buy
Don't
like a
actually
brick
want
of
on it.
cheese. Like, holy schmoly. I could
What's
eat
that
a whole-
now?
I could eat a whole brick of cheese at night. I go down to Hannaford, buy a brick of cheese, and God, I go crazy on it. But I stopped the cheese, but now I'm drinking 2 gallons of milk a week.
got to get on those probiotics we were talking
I
about.
gotta get away from the milk. Yeah.
When you're talking about pickled fruits and vegetables, whatever, you're talking about like organic apple cider vinegar?
Yeah, when they have them
Not-
sit in like a jar, you can get them in a jar, like at,
Right.
actually I saw some the other day in a jar, but they're pickled, like, they sell them in the
Vinegar
store.
has to be a certain vinegar, right?
Not necessarily. Some are better for you than others, but some of it's going to be, well, the apple cider vinegar is the most alkalizing, yes, but you know, it's not going to be totally on that side of the spectrum. The key is that for that specifically, you want the eggs and the pickle, because that's what happens.
Okay.
When
Because
they,
my nutritionist said that apple cider vinegar is
It
more
is.
alkaline, organic,
Yes, it is. It is
than
alkaline.
any of the vinegars.
100% correct.
Okay.
I take a shot of that once in a while. I haven't lately, but I take a shot in the morning once in a while just to
Like
alkaline
Bragg's
it.
vinegar.
It actually
or
kicks
what.
kicks in your your immune system too, so you can cut weight quicker. It's one of those things, but it's a big alkaline, but it's hard to go wrong. Yeah, I actually like. See, I like apple cider vinegar, but I actually like regular, white vinegar too. I just like it. I cut up onions and I'll put cucumbers. My grandma, she did that when I was little. I loved it. And so to this day, I'll still do that once in a while, and I'll put it in the regular vinegar instead. But I got the cucumbers. I look at it like this: I have the cucumbers, I have the onions, I put in garlic, pepper, and that's a lot of alkalizing stuff. So if I can throw in a little 20%, if it's not necessarily, if it's a little bit of acidic, I can be okay with that. I check myself too to make sure I'm in where I need to be, because if you're starting to go the other way, I want to revert that for a while.
Yeah, you've been doing okay for the last 2 months because you were porking out there about 6 months. I said, holy moly.
So,
She said, I gotta get back to basics. You were eating too many donuts, you were starving to death. You're gonna go to Burger King tonight.
so that's so funny. So yeah, start simple. You can do easy. You can easily do a probiotic. You can start doing turmeric, things that are anti-inflammatory in your body and stuff good for the gut. And one fermented food, again, the pickled one, or whichever one you like. Swap out a good food for the good. I'll out the bad for the good. Okay. Someone ate 2 donuts every morning, and they switched to have an apple and a donut. Which one's going to be healthier in 2 years, right?
Yeah, right.
It's one way to start. Make lifestyle changes, eating prebiotic foods. Again, we alluded to that, but that's going to kickstart all the probiotics in the body so they can work at optimum level. It's kind of like working out's good for you, but working out, eating healthy is better for you, right? Think about it like that. So you're working out, it's kind of like the probiotic. Eating healthy is kind of like the prebiotic. Does that come together? Does that make sense? So it's a way to kickstart that and get that going. So rice for gluten. Again,
Yeah.
gluten-free pasta or I like spaghetti squash. It's pretty good. So
But they was always saying, anything white, stay away from, but
yeah,
that's not necessarily right, is it, or is it right,
Well,
all of it? Sugar.
yeah. I
white,
mean, it's a good. That's a. You know what? I'm not going to argue that rule. That's a good rule to go by. Let's just leave it at that because that is absolutely a good rule.
I'm
to go
not
by.
abiding
It's
by
white,
that
white.
rule, but
No flour. Yeah.
no donuts, no. That's why cops are fat in Manchester, they're always at a Dunkin' Donuts.
That's everywhere in the United States, though. Or not Dunkin' Donuts, but they're somewhere.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've noticed now a lot of things are coming out that have like coconut, there's pasta, there's coconut, there's flour, there's sugar and whatever with coconut. Is coconut bad for you or good for you? That in all these different
It's a
processes.
saturated fat, but it's actually good for you because it's not going to be it's not going to be trans fat or so it's good for you. The thing is that it actually cooks at a higher temperature than olive oil. So olive oil is great for you, but it's only great for you when it's raw. You can't really heat up olive oil because it actually converts to trans fat.
Oh, really?
And so coconut oil can cook at a higher temperature, and it's a lot better for you than grease or lard.
Oh,
So that's
okay.
why.
So different olive oils, like Napa Valley's one I go with all of them, all the different kinds of robust, the regular, the cooking,
Yeah.
and the high grapeseed, whatever it says you can cook the grapeseed at higher.
Yeah, you can
but
make
it, but
maybe
it
that
turns
one.
bad
But
to
just
cook
the
that way?
that one may I don't have the grape one, but if it I would research that because it says it because they may have the grape seed that's different. I've never used that one particularly.
Okay,
I
because
use
I get it
coconut
at the
oil.
health food store.
Yeah, I use coconut oil. But if you just look up olive oil, it actually once it gets a certain temperature, it converts. So it's actually not going to do anything for you. And it smokes pretty quick. If you throw that on, it starts smoking pretty quick. So you got to have that. If you have it in like dressing, or if you just eat it in whatever. I mean, it's good. I mean,
I gotta be careful, but I didn't know that.
yeah. I can get you an article on it, so you can check it out. But that's the reason. That's the reason why coconut oil. I mean, that's why you use it. It's a higher temperature. Yeah. So the bottom one, avoid sugar, gluten, hormones, and antibiotics. Again, so that's why. Again, you go get. That's why at the store they always say antibiotic-free or hormone-free, right, on those cows or the chicken, because some of them get loaded with hormones and they get loaded with antibiotics, shoot them up with steroids, and they become heavier and fattier, right? Sell them at the market, you make more money, right? So again, it reverts back to being for money, but that's why they have that everywhere now, where it says antibiotic-free, cage-free, stress-free, hormone-free, all that stuff, because all you're doing is you're throwing those antibiotics in you, you're throwing those hormones in you when you eat that food. Because
So
it's
then
not
that
going away. when you go.
transfers into you, makes you fat.
That can transfer into you, and you're taking antibiotics. And so what's that going to do to your immune system? Or your hormones? And that's what causes, I mean, that's what happens, what's going on with everybody. That's why you see, if you have someone who doesn't do anything, or if there's very few hunter-gatherer tribes or anything out there anymore, but you read the research on them, they don't have diabetes, they don't have high blood pressure, they don't have anything. They don't have any of those diseases because they eat innate. That's once you move away from natural, everything gets worse. Anything, pond, anything, a plant, you start throwing crap in it, it's not going to be good. Okay, so That's all I had. I should sample some kombucha. So we had brought some kombucha for you guys to taste, see if you like it. It's like elderberry. You know, if you don't like it, but it's just something for you to taste and see if you like it, and maybe you can go get some. Just so you know, for the rest of this month, we are going to do, for everybody that came here, if you do want to go get some probiotics, we'll do 25% off from now, you know, because we know Christmas, so maybe right after Christmas, if people want to eat, have the good food, right?
You mean for here or?
For here,
Yeah.
yep, so everybody here. So for you guys, for you all that came to this.
Okay. So you have tablets or whatever?
Probiotics, yeah, so they're in the back, they're actually in the fridge, because you got to keep them cool.
Right.
So anyway,
Excellent.
All right.
yeah,
That was good.
you want to taste?